WWE staff have been fired amid leadership restructuring. Plus, a former WWE champion makes their TNA debut. And we have a major update on a new WWE signing. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So this came down yesterday. Big changes behind the scenes at WWE HQ. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Yes, it is. PW Insider reports that between 10 and 12 backstage members of WWE personnel have been fired from their roles in the company. Whilst not all have been named at time of recording, they include Christine Librano, formerly WWE Senior Vice President of Creative Operations. Librano served in this role since February 2021, in which she and Bruce Pritchard served as the go-between for Paul Levesque and the creative teams for Raw, SmackDown and NXT.
Now, another name that we know that has been let go is video producer Andrew Carr. He joined the company as a student intern in August of 2016. He's been part of the documentary team for a lot of time and the social team as well with WWE, among other roles between then and now. Just two of the up to 12 names that were fired from WWE HQ yesterday. PW Insider adds that these releases mark another significant change within WWE's creative leadership structure as the company continues to evolve under the TKO Group Holdings umbrella. When we know more about this, we'll let you know more at cultaholic.com. So as the news came out of these releases from the WWE HQ, strange time to have this bit of news drop regarding a big announcement for WWE and a big show outside of America again.
Yeah, absolutely. WWE are returning to Australia in October. It was announced last night that Crown Jewel will emanate from Perth on Saturday, October the 11th. They will also present the SmackDown before and the Raw after from Perth as well. And this was a weird one because I always thought Crown Jewel itself was specifically designated for Saudi Arabia, but this is the first time Crown Jewel has been hosted outside of Saudi Arabia and the first time WWE has run a PLE in Perth since last year's Elimination Chamber as well.
Now, does this mean that the big Crown Jewel Championships go to Perth to be defended? Remember them?
I do remember them. I guess it remains to be seen, doesn't it? Because I thought that might have been strictly a Saudi Arabian thing for that audience there and for when they go over there. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do.
Because that was the whole thing. It was the idea that the plan was to create these Crown Jewel Championships in order to add some spectacle to the Crown Jewel events, have something that they will fight for on an annual basis. That's why Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan won the respective Crown Jewel championships when they faced the respective title holders from the opposing brand. Presumably that'll happen again this year. If it happens again, certainly one that we will be keeping an eye on. But Crown Jewel going to Australia this year. Good day, Cobber. Put a shrimp right up your Barbie. Now, in AEW, a TNA name has popped up behind the scenes. We spoke a few times about how Josh Matthews has been behind the scenes at AEW. It's been confirmed by PW Insider that he's now working for the company proper. He's been in the production truck as of late, facilitating between the production team and the coaches and producers. He's a great get for a company like AEW.
I was about to say that as well. I think when we heard about him and the split with TNA, there was a lot of outpouring, I feel like, of love about what Josh Matthews, because the stuff maybe that he did on camera, not a lot of people like so much, but the stuff that he did behind the scenes was very integral, I think, to the growth of TNA, and he just seems like the perfect fit for something like this. And I believe his wife, I think Madison Rayne, in AEW as well, so makes sense.
I think it's a good fit for them as well. Staying with sort of TNA as a concept, so let's go to Impact, shall we? Where last night we had the debut of a former WWE Divas champion.
We sure did. We saw an ex-TNA star cross the line as well. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that too.
That happened as well. NXT's Robert Stone, or Robbie E, as he was known in TNA, he was there at NXT, and he wasn't alone. He was joined, as Tom mentioned, by a former WWE Divas champion making her TNA debut in Alicia Fox, which was very cool. Really, really nice to see.
Nice.
She's now going under a real name, Victoria Crawford. Robert Stone said not only was he there at the request of TNA management to evaluate Santino Marella's performance as TNA Director of Authority, but Crawford was now being being appointed the Deputy Director of Authority. Their first act was to make a Knockouts World title match between Masha Slamovich and Victoria Crawford for TNA Under Siege on May 22nd.
Love a bit of abuse of power with Victoria Crawford coming in going, I'm the Director of Authorities, Deputy, and Under Siege, I will challenge for the Knockouts World title.
I'm really excited to see that match between her and Masha Slamovich as well, because I was, to be honest, I've not really seen too much of Alicia Fox outside. Obviously, we saw her return, I think, at the 2022 Royal Rumble, and I don't think she's done too much stuff in wrestling since then.
Very scarce appearances on the indie scene for her.
And the last match I saw with her was one from last year, I believe, between her and Jordan Grace, and she was dead good in that. She was really good. Still one of the best Northern Light suplexes in the game.
Oh God, yeah!
And I can't wait to see what goes down at Under Siege. Yeah.
Also at Under Siege, Eddie Edwards is going to face Cody Deaner. Deaner must leave TNA should he lose the match. And Joe Hendry is teaming with Elijah to face Frankie Kazarian and TNA's Trick Willie.
Ooh, that's going to be nice.
We're building to Hendry and Tricky, I believe.
Yes, we certainly are. It seems that way, doesn't it?
Very much on the horizon, as is a major WWE debut. A big signing has been talked about for some time, but he's
not true.
No,
that's not true.
Oh yeah, because he's cast some doubt.
That's not true, Tom. Yep. Doubt indeed. Mere weeks after leaving New Japan with the reports of a WWE debut imminent, Jeff Cobb took to Twitter to seemingly announce his retirement from wrestling. He's shared a photo of himself overlooking the ocean, bless him, saying, 16 years is a long time to work. Happy retirement to me, ... I'll let the waves take me to my next destination. Can I wade in your water until I catch your wave?
All right, Moana. He's up. Whilst many in the comments are wishing Jeff a happy retirement, many are sceptical due to just how much conversation there's been around a reported WWE debut. Whilst many are saying lots of nice things about him hanging up the boots, there's quite a few sure Jan gifts popping up beneath as well. WrestleVotes shared an update on Jeff Cobb after his retirement message, saying the hotly rumoured and much anticipated WWE debut of Jeff Cobb appears to be drawing closer. Sources indicate his name has recently been brought up in creative discussions. Time will tell how this unfolds. And WrestleVotes went on to say on WrestleVotes Radio that there's been a couple of ideas for how they want to bring him in. There was some conversation about him joining NXT because they do believe in WWE that the male side of the roster, at least, is lacking a bit of star power at the moment. However, due to Jeff's age and his early 40s, nothing wrong with being in your early 40s, just putting that out there, they reckon they're going to put him straight to the main roster.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I think you're right in terms of the NXT, maybe the men's side of things is starting to not dwindle, but like people are starting to be moved up and do other things now too. So it would be nice to have someone like a Jeff Cobb there, hopefully to, not only do some really good stuff there, but also be somewhat of a mentor maybe to some of the other stars too. But at the same time, it does feel like maybe you should go to the main roster, but with like your Miros and your Rusev, and your Aleister Blacks and like those sort of pictures and maybe mid-card scenes looking a little bigger, maybe. Yeah. I don't want to say cluttered because we haven't seen what they've done yet, but sort of a little bit, it's quite busy around that area.
You want to make sure that you've got room for everybody to do everything.
That's it, isn't it?
It's going to be one to keep an eye on. That is, of course, should Jeff wrestle at all, because as he has shown on Twitter, he has retired.
Yes.
And is about to play Moana.
Play Moana?
He's about to play Moana.
Is it what, the video game?
Yeah.
He's about to play Moana, the video game.
He's got a Moana energy about him there as he's looking at it calls me. God bless you. What can I say except for the latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Keys.
You're welcome.